Yesterday, Japan's imperial family officially held the coming-of-age ceremony for 19-year-old Prince Hisahito, the future emperor. As the first such ceremony for a member of the imperial family in 40 years, it was grand and elaborate. The proceedings took place across several locations, including the Imperial Palace and Akasaka Estate, with 9 activities, such as formal addresses, completed within a single day. The series of events began at Prince Akishino's residence with the presentation of the crown. At around 8:45 a.m., Prince Hisahito received a coronet sent by the reigning emperor through an envoy. After bidding farewell to his parents, Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko, as well as his elder sister, Princess Kako, he departed for the imperial palace. The highlight of the day was the crowning ceremony held at the imperial palace, where Hisahito, dressed in formal attire, donned the coronet symbolizing adulthood. At around 10 a.m., through the hands of the imperial envoy, he placed upon his head the coronet bestowed by the emperor. In accordance with tradition, Prince Hisahito then offered words to the emperor and empress, expressing his gratitude. "I am deeply thankful for the coronet you have graciously bestowed upon me." Turning to his parents, he pledged to uphold the awareness expected of an adult member of the imperial family and to devote himself earnestly to fulfilling his duties. After changing into his coming-of-age ceremonial attire, Prince Hisahito rode in a dedicated imperial carriage to the 3 palace sanctuaries. Japanese media remarked that after looking tense all morning, it was only then that his expression finally appeared relaxed and cheerful. He must have been quite nervous. Next came the audience ceremony, where Hisahito paid respects to the emperor and empress. Pulling out his prepared speech, he read it aloud in full. The day's formal proceedings did not conclude until evening, when Hisahito returned to the Akishino residence in an imperial vehicle. According to the prior schedule, further congratulatory rites and various private celebrations within the imperial family were set to continue into the night. And that was not the end. Over the following days, Hisahito was also required to visit sacred shrines and imperial mausoleums in places such as Mie and Noro prefectures, making the entire series of rituals quite extensive and demanding. According to the rules of Japan's imperial household, once a member reaches adulthood, their opportunities to take part in official duties and attend ceremonies increase significantly. Although Prince Hisahito turned 18 last year, he did not have a coming-of-age ceremony at the time because he was busy preparing for university entrance exams. The Imperial Household Agency has stipulated that only after the completion of this year's ceremony can Hisahito be formally regarded as an adult member of the imperial family. One of the benefits of adulthood is a change in the annual imperial allowance. While underage, Hisahito received 3.05 million yen per year. As an adult, that amount will triple. The official explanation is that with the increase in official duties comes higher expenses, hence the salary increase system. However, in the eyes of ordinary citizens, this still looks like royal privilege, money essentially received for free. Put more bluntly, it is taxpayer money being used to support the imperial family. To prepare for this once in 40 years event, the imperial family pulled out all the stops. But because the scale was so large, with extensive security operations and multiple rehearsals beforehand, followed by gatherings at exclusive venues afterward, media reports uncovered that the overall expenses could exceed 100 million yen. This has further tarnished the already shaky reputation of the imperial household. As for why it has been 40 years, in the Japanese imperial family, female members do not hold formal coming-of-age ceremonies. In recent examples, Princess Kako, coming of age in 2014, and Princess Aiko, coming of age in 2021, each held a press conference and received medals, but no official coming-of-age ceremony was held. Due to the traditional emphasis on male succession, the last formal coming-of-age ceremony dates back to when Hisahito's father reached adulthood. The difference is especially striking. When girls come of age, it's just a press event to mark the occasion, while Hisahito's ceremony involved a full series of elaborate rituals lasting several days. Aside from the ceremony itself, the offstage news was also quite interesting. On occasions like this, Prince Hisahito's older sister, Mako, and her husband, Kei Komuro, who live in the United States, always attract media attention. At the end of August, some outlets reported that the couple would not attend Hisahito's coming-of-age ceremony. The Imperial Household Agency later confirmed this. The reasons for their decline were twofold: the long distance of their residence and the fact that Mako had just given birth and was busy caring for her child. Netizens jokingly commented that, having finally freed herself from the constraints of the imperial family, Mako had no reason to return for a ceremony that wasn't even for her. Aside from Mako being unable to attend, what raised eyebrows was the rumor that the emperor's only daughter, Princess Aiko, would also not be present at the ceremony. The media began speculating, suggesting that unusual circumstances often signal underlying tension. Perhaps there was a rift between the emperor's family and the Akishino family. Royal reporters started digging into past events, noting signs of discord. For instance, at Princess Aiko's coming-of-age press conference in 2022, she conducted her first solo media appearance with poise, earning widespread praise. However, that same day coincided with Prince Hisahito's graduation ceremony at Okanamizu University Junior High School, and news of her event completely overshadowed coverage of Hisahito's milestone. At the time, the Akishino family was under intense media scrutiny due to Kei Komuro and his family. The celebration of Hisahito's graduation, which might have been an opportunity to turn the family's fortunes around, ultimately passed largely unnoticed. Another explanation is that Princess Aiko did not attend the event because some members of the public have long advocated for a female emperor, and her popularity far surpasses that of Prince Hisahito. Given that Aiko's public image is more favorable and she has fewer controversies than Hisahito, many people hope she could eventually ascend the throne, breaking the rigid succession tradition of the Japanese imperial family. An official from the Imperial Household Agency revealed that every time the imperial family's official accounts post photos of Aiko, they receive a huge number of likes, far more than Hisahito, leaving Hisahito's mother, Crown Princess Kiko, quite frustrated. For this reason, to avoid direct comparisons, Aiko was effectively kept in the background during this event, so as not to steal the spotlight from the main figure, Hisahito. However, all of the above are merely speculative rumors. The official line from the Imperial Household Agency is that Princess Aiko had pressing matters and could not attend the event. The truth remains uncertain, and for onlookers like us, it's mostly just entertainment. Yet at today's ceremony, sharp-eyed media noticed that Aiko did, in fact, attend. Although she remained inconspicuous in a corner, she was there nonetheless. It remains to be seen how royal reporters will interpret this development. As for the main figure of this coming-of-age ceremony, Prince Hisahito, he has long been associated with negative headlines, entering university through special channels, ranking at the bottom academically, and being labeled a mama's boy. But recent news has shown a rare sense of him as a real, living person. Media reports captured him enjoying university life, breaking free from Crown Princess Kiko's doting attention, partying, and even staying out late at night. Netizens remarked that perhaps he had been suppressed at home for too long, and university life seems to have allowed him to relax and stretch out a bit. Still, raw potential alone isn't enough. To earn public recognition, he needs to demonstrate genuine capability. Now that his coming-of-age ceremony is complete, he must take on the responsibilities that come with adulthood. The imperial family, after all, continues to rely on taxpayer money and cannot simply remain a symbolic figurehead forever.